You setting the schedule, or are you just going straight live?
I already said it, and we're going live. We're live now, probably. not
Cool, cool.
not gonna record. Gonna cut this part, obviously. Let me go. Oh, I forgot. Damn it! I'll do that later. Make the messed up one. Whatchamacallit? Whatchamacallit? Make the other one. Just delete the other one, actually, completely.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But here's the new link. Ow! Oh, great. And now the puppy is being crazy. Ow! Get my feet eaten by the puppy. Great. Okay. There we go.
All right.
We are live now.
Sounds good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's try this again. What is going on? I am Chris Darth Pyrin Walker, and this is the Planet of Nerds, and this is Darth Pyrin's Gaming Council, and I am joined today by my good friend from Game World Intel, Slevin. How you doing today, man?
You can now call me Darth Revan. No, I'm playing.
Yeah,
doing
after
good, man. I'm
Jackbox
doing
the
good.
other night, yes. Darth Slevin, man. Darth Slevin.
Yeah,
Hey,
Darth
what's up,
Slevin.
James? Sorry about our technical difficulties earlier. For some reason, YouTube didn't want to start my stream. So
Yeah.
I ended it on OBS and went and made a new one. So here we are. But again, I am Chris Walker, and we are here today to discuss some huge news that I didn't believe at first. Well, I didn't realize at first, I guess would be the better way to say it, because I was, scrolling on social media and saw this image that is on screen from the article that was going around, the first article that was going around, and I thought it was just them adding games to Game Pass. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They're adding a bunch of Bethesda games to Game Pass. That's exciting, blah, blah, And then I got a notification on my phone and saw that, oh, look, Microsoft's acquiring ZeniMax. So, yeah, this is huge. I mean, I did so Adam Sessler, you remember him from G4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he tweeted that he spit his coffee out when he read this. So
I woke up when you sent this to me.
you didn't believe it, did you?
No, I didn't even know who the company was, bro.
Oh yeah,
I
true.
didn't even know who that ZeniMax was, and when I found out, I literally was just like filled with adrenaline. Pretty much, I woke up.
That's how I felt. The adrenaline thing is a perfect, because I've been like itching to get on and talk about this, and I even messaged Lunga. I said, "Hey, you doing your midday mashup today? If you're talking about this, I'm in." But even after doing almost 50 hours of streaming for the past 4 days, I was like, I have to do this but I'm gonna wait till the girlfriend goes to work. Hopefully the puppy will be settled, and we can break this down. And I'm,
Right.
definitely glad I have you here with me to break this down because this is huge.
Dude, this is massive, and I don't think that many people like know exactly how massive this is for the gaming community, especially for the Xbox community.
Well, and that's the key is it's gonna lure a lot of people over to Xbox from PlayStation. I mean, even this short few hours that we've been talking about it in our the Popcorn Planet Discord, people are like, oh man, that means this game's not gonna be on PlayStation. That game's gonna be not gonna be on PlayStation. But we'll break that down in a little bit. That might not be the case. So all you people who are worried that you are, hardcore PlayStation people, but you love these games, they they will be on they will most likely be on PlayStation still, like Elder Scrolls 6. Starfield is supposedly the sci-fi Elder Scrolls that they're touting. So games like that should still be on PlayStation. What's your take on that?
I, I'm on the opposite side on that. I honestly think that they're going to keep those games exclusive because they want people to join the Game Pass. And the more people they have on Game Pass, the better it is for Microsoft in the end, you know? So I honestly think they're going to try to keep those games separate. And I would like to see how things play out in the long run because PlayStation they have many exclusives. I mean, even right now, Final Fantasy remakes 7 remake is exclusively
That's
for
a
PlayStation at
timed
yeah.
exclusive though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
timed
exactly.
though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like for the first year.
Oh, so you're saying
And
timed exclusives? Yeah. No,
yeah.
that, and then we were gonna probably break it down. I agree with that. I do. I agree that most likely it will be timed exclusives,
Mhm.
and you'll get exclusive content, access to different DLC, kind of like the Sony Spider-Man deal with Avengers.
Right.
Um, and yeah, exactly, James. Final Fantasy VII is a timed exclusive. Even
Yeah.
baseball, which nobody thought would ever go over to another console, is going to Xbox, and which
Right.
most likely then PC as well. Which I don't know how much you know about esports, but like those NBA leagues and the FIFA leagues and all that, a lot of them, like the NBA one especially, NBA one is played on PC.
Hmm.
So I know FIFA they use like Xbox and Madden they use Xbox and stuff, but I know the NBA one they do it on PC. And I think because of the
Okay.
mod ability and being able to like put your own like jerseys and logos and stuff like that into it,
Right.
is a little more in depth. But yeah, this is so big because of that. But with the baseball, like that baseball thing going to PC, huge for esports in my opinion. And
Right.
it's the same thing that Microsoft can do with all their games. You're right, do that timed exclusive thing, or
Mm-hmm.
or you like, all right, well, yeah, and when I say timed exclusive, it's for 5 years, so
Well, I mean,
that
they could do that.
they
That
could.
yeah.
I mean, they
They
really could.
that's a definite possibility.
Yeah. So, I mean, could you imagine? Oh, yeah, you can have Elder Scrolls 6
5 years
in
later.
5 years if you want it on PlayStation, or you could get it on PC or Xbox by getting my Game Pass subscription. And, you're going to get it on PC and get Game Pass. Why not get an Xbox console and pay $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate and also get xCloud on it so you can play all those games on your mobile device as well?
Yep. I mean, we were just talking about earlier before we started how how Gears of War 5 is like it tanks my system. So being able to play like these very high, high spec games, I should say, on your mobile device is
Yeah,
revolutionary.
it is.
So being able to just go out there and play Elder Scrolls in the park,
Right?
dude. That
right?
is freaking mind blowing. Like I was at my aunt's house the other day because my grandma my sick. She recently passed. But
Condolences.
thank you. But I was there next to my grandma playing my Xbox, you know? So it this whole Project X Cloud thing is huge. And I honestly think that having, all these Bethesda titles in Game Pass, what more can you ask for? Like that's so cool being able to, dude. Skyrim can now go on Game Pass. You know, f- all the rest
Yeah.
of the freaking Fallout franchises are pretty much all of them are on Game Pass anyway. But now they can actually stay there and not expire like the other games can.
Yes. Well, it's interesting that you bring that up. So let's go to that announcement that um uh where did it go? Oh, where did the tweet go that I had from them? Oh, it said that yes, all the here, let me see if I can find it. Yes, here it is, right here. Right here. Yes, this means we'll be adding Bethesda's iconic franchises to Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. So, that's a lot of games. However, there is one game that is currently on Game Pass right now on PC. That is a Bethesda game that is leaving. I believe is a Bethesda game leaving, which is Dishonored 2.
Really?
So yeah, it says it's leaving Game Pass. So I'm
Huh.
wondering, if
That's
yeah,
interesting.
I'm wondering if now that this happened, they're gonna put it back. They're not gonna have it leave, or they're gonna have it leave for now, and then when they re-add all the other games, and maybe that's why they pulled it. But then they would pull
Right.
Fallout 76 too, though, you would think, and Fallout 4, which is on the Xbox Game Pass.
I don't think so because Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 are newer games, aren't they?
Yeah, but
Besides
so
that
is
one.
Dishonored 2.
But
Dishonored 2 is not.
Dishonored 2 is a couple years before those ones.
No, that was the same year as Fallout 4. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Dishonored
Yeah.
2? I thought it was like a year or two before it.
Fallout 4 was 20. Fallout 4 was 2015. Yeah, Fallout 4 was 2015. Dishonored 2, I believe, was 2017.
Oh, okay. So then yeah.
2016.
Oh, okay.
And then Fallout 76 was 2017.
Hmm.
Or 2018. 2018? 2018.
Oh, 76, yeah,
2018.
20, yeah.
2018. So yeah. So yeah, it confused me a little bit that they did that. Um, and
That
but
is that is actually pretty weird.
it's weird. I think it has to be something to do with, and maybe they weren't expecting the deal to be announced this soon, and something happened where they were like, okay, let's just announce it.
Right.
But again, it could be that they're doing something to kind of um, package every, like they want to release Dishonored 1 and 2 together, maybe.
True,
Um,
true.
you know,
Like a package deal like they
yeah,
did with Metro.
yes, exactly, yes. So maybe they're doing a Dishonored like one
Mhm.
remastered or something like that. All kinds of things that you can do now that you have the resources and money of a Microsoft.
Oh yeah, because now
you
they
know,
can just add all the freaking well, I wouldn't have to I wouldn't say they would have to, but I'm pretty sure they would like try to keep some of the DLCs locked, but they could throw in like the digital deluxe versions in Game Pass. Like how they did with Halo 5 and Gears of War.
that is very true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is a good point. You could package things. Maybe there's a Dishonored 3 in the works. I
Could
haven't
be.
heard anything about that. And then you repackage a remastered Dishonored 1 and do a collection, the Bioshock-ish
Yeah,
collection.
They did that. They did that with the Darksiders franchise actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
They
Where
did.
they did the first two so that way people could play it, and then the third one got announced, and then they threw the third one out on after release, a couple months after release, and then there I believe they did it. Yeah, they did it with Darksiders Genesis as well,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
their newest one.
Which I just found out is more like a Diablo-esque style game, which excites me a lot.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's a very fun game.
I like the Darksiders, Dark Souls-ish style game. You know, Fallen Order was a great game. I haven't beat it yet, but I do like it. Such a big backlog. Oh man,
Oh yeah.
such a large backlog I've got. But I'm more of a Diablo-esque style guy for sure. So I'm definitely glad that it's that kind of game, because the multiplayer. I was wondering how they would do the multiplayer in the regular style of the game, but now it makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
And we're going off on tangents here. So we were talking about Game Pass, which
Mm-hmm.
uh, is exciting because Bethesda games, including Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 as well, which is not named here, will be on Game Pass. Then on day one,
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
because they're now exclusives.
I remember
And
standing outside my GameStop in actually I was in Florida. It ended up being, it was funny. It was when I was still going to school down here, but it ended up being the GameStop I would eventually end up working at for a couple of years. But for Skyrim, and now all I have to do is pre-install it from Game Pass and then launch it at midnight.
not even that, bro. Not even that. Game Pass has XCloud.
Well, yeah, I could go on my device if
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
not
even like
home.
while it's downloading
Oh,
on
you're
your
right. I see what
Xbox.
you're
You
saying.
can go directly on the game on your phone and
And
start
play
playing
it.
it
Yeah, you're right.
just
And then when
right
it's done
off
in
rip. And
oh
then
my
when it's fully
oh
down
my
when it's
gosh.
fully installed onto the computer or your Xbox, you could take it right there from where you left off.
You are so oh my god. That's
It's
game
genius.
changing.
Yeah,
Game
it's
changing.
genius
Well, and
the way they got this.
here is a kicker too, is that they are developing an xCloud app for Windows.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's even
So
better.
huge game changers because I mean Stadia already does it,
Heck
and
yeah.
it's so why not?
And the thing is that
And
I was actually looking for that.
yeah,
I was looking to see if the Game Pass had XCloud, and it doesn't. And I'm like, man, that would have been cool if it did, because that way I don't have to be on my phone. I could be on a bigger, screen. And plus
yes.
my computer's hardwired.
Yeah, so better bandwidth and you
Oh
get a
yeah.
better FPS on that streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that my internet speed, I can get like some really good graphics, some good quality on my phone, you know.
Yeah.
So I really don't worry about that too much. But since it's a smaller device, it's taxing on your eyes. So when you're there for hours
Yeah.
on end, you're looking at your phone and stuff like that. You can't, your eyes have to adjust, and they become a little bit more blurry.
Do you have a tablet?
Yeah, the
So it
iPad.
yeah, so it should be on iOS.
Nope.
Not yet?
No,
They
it's
didn't
not
add it?
going to be on iOS at all.
Oh. I thought it
Yep.
was in
No,
the beta.
because Apple actually wants the games individually
Oh, App
uh
Store.
into
Okay.
their app store. They don't want like Netflix for
Screw
video
that.
games.
Yeah, screw
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And then it raises the question as to how are sales going to do for the actual games, because
Uh
paying being able to pay $15 for the month, that's 30 days
well,
you have to play the game
here's the thing.
instead of having to pay 60.
Remember that the money that Microsoft makes from Game Pass is now also Bethesda's money and ZeniMax's
Oh,
money.
Oh no, I
So
know that, but
so
I'm
they're
saying
gonna
like,
still.
how many people are going to end up buying the
Well,
actual
here, let me
physical
give you. Let me.
copies?
Well, not a lot, but they don't bank on that. That's why they created Game Pass. Because I mean, in the past 6 months, Game Pass subscriptions have increased by 50%.
Yeah,
That's huge. It's a lot. And granted, everyone's been stuck at home because of Bud Light, but I mean, like that they are doing it right now. So let's go back in time here to 20, I guess 12 was when they really announced was when they first announced the Xbox One at E3
mm,
or
yeah,
and we had a year to kind of digest it and everything, a year and a half, a little bit to digest it, and people were so mad at the things they were doing. Like, you had to always be online and you couldn't share your games with your friends.
yep.
You couldn't buy used games, and like there. Oh my
Yeah, like the
gosh! Like,
games had like their individual codes and stuff like that. Yeah, it was wild.
yeah, it was terrible. Well, they ousted. I forget who was in charge then, but they ousted that person and they brought in Mr. Phil Spencer,
Oh yeah,
and he has taken it. He got rid of all that stupid stuff. And look at what, and sure, people have complained, oh, Xbox has no exclusives, yada yada. Dude, they were playing the long game. Like,
yep. That's so
they
true.
this is what I want to show everyone now. This is really what I want to show everybody now. Let me find it while we're talking. Here, entertain the people. Tell them what you think. What are you most excited for in terms of this? In terms of this.
I have yet to play Doom, and I want to be. I want to play the new Doom. That is what I want. If they can, I don't know when they're gonna release these games onto Game Pass, but it's gotta be soon. It's gotta be at least on launch for the new Xbox, or at least
Oh, I think it'll be before
when
that.
yeah, I would have to say at least in a few more days, probably when EA All Access becomes into and that's the thing. EA is also a part of Xbox Game Pass now. So you
Well,
got the
sort
whole
of. They're
EA
gonna have the EA
library.
Play. EA Play. So
Yeah,
EA
yeah, the All
Play.
Access. Yeah.
Well, yes and no. So EA Play gives you, for the newer games, it gives you like a 10-hour trial, um, of
Well,
those
yeah, but you got
games,
all the
and
you got all
then
the other
the old
backlog.
games, the backlog, the discounts. But now keep in
Hmm.
mind, it's not that they're adding EA Play, which used to be called EA Access, to Game Pass. It's that EA Play will be included with Game
Hmm.
Pass. So you have
Yeah,
to still
yeah,
use the EA Play app and everything to do the games and the trials and stuff like that.
yeah. But that's an
Yeah,
extra $5 that people don't have to dish out.
exactly. A month or $30 a year. I mean, the deal was great.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm hell,
you're getting it for free. Because I
yeah,
used to pay $5 for it, and I would
I
end up
did.
paying like $20 a month.
Yeah, like I play. Well, you could pay $30 a year for it, so it broke it down and gave you a discount, if you did it by
Yeah,
year.
true.
So it's half off if you did it by year, but still, you're right. It's money that someone doesn't have to pay now.
No, I'm
Uh,
saying $20 included with the Game
yeah, the
Pass.
all mass. Yeah,
Yeah,
well, no, I
yeah,
know that.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's money that you don't have to spend now.
Hmm.
The only thing I'm wondering, I have an interesting question. So on PC, there is a higher level of the EA Play Premier, and it
Yeah.
gives you access to everything on day one. It's like a Game Pass, but
Hmm.
and for $100 for a year, it's $10 a month, so it's not that bad. Comparatively, granted, the library is not going to be as big as a Game Pass, but I'm wondering now if you're a Game Pass member, are you going to get a discount on that?
That's interesting.
So anyway, we're again going off on tangents. I found what I wanted to find here. Doom. That's a like Doom has been an interesting franchise. So id
Hmm.
Software, that's a huge acquisition for them. Doom, iconic, got me interested in first-person shooters. That and Duke Nukem 3D, and but the thing with Doom I remember the most was the map editor growing up, and the old school DOS Doom map editor. You can make your own maps, and then Doom 2 was fantastic, and then we had a little bit of a lull, You know, there were some good games here and there. Doom 3,
Yep.
and there was some
That was my first introduction to the Doom franchise was Doom
Doom
3.
Doom 3. Okay, so and it
Yeah,
was an
and
okay one.
I honestly really loved it. It was my favorite like horror game back then when it was like hot.
Well, play Doom 2 then. Definitely.
Really?
Old
Okay.
school Doom 2. You love it. Doom 1 is fun, but you probably the graphics will make your eyes hurt. I'm not even that's
Okay.
someone from who grew up in that area who looks at graphics now, and it's funny how our eyes adjust, and now
Yep.
it's harder to look at those older graphics without
Oh
being like,
yeah.
"Oh man, I can't concentrate and focus." But anyway, but then Doom 2016 happened, and then boom. But let's just so now let's look at the studios that are in Xbox Game Studio. And James, I'll get to your question in a second. I saw it about Obsidian and Bethesda now. So let's start with 343 Studios. That's
Yeah.
the Halo guys. Formerly Bungie was Halo, and then they got bought by Activision, and now they left Activision and they're their own. Um, um, so
Publisher.
publisher, yeah, they're their own publisher and developer now. Thank you.
Mhm.
They don't have a publisher above them. They are their both now.
Mhm.
Um,
Which is actually congratulations on you guys, Bungie.
yeah, that's awesome. They deserve it. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Halo, Destiny. I mean, let's see what they can come up with next. And they're a big enough studio that they needed to do it, and it's good. And James, it's funny we're bringing up Activision and Bungie because I remember you brought them up in the Discord about. I hope they don't mess up become. We don't want Microsoft to become the Activision, but so far
I
they
don't
haven't
think.
been.
Yeah,
They
so
haven't
far
been.
they haven't been because they've bought so many over the course of like these last 3 years they bought so many freaking companies.
Yeah, and we're gonna go. Yeah,
It's wild.
yeah. So three four
Thing is,
three
we
is
just
was an
need
internal.
exclusives.
Yeah. So Compulsion Games was acquired in 2018. That's We Happy Few. It's a cool, fun weird indie game, but I'm sure they're working on other stuff. Uh, then Double Fine Studios was acquired in 2019. Brutal Legend, which Jack Black, I mean, Grim Fandango. They Double Fine. They have the rights to a lot of like old school LucasArts games, which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Because their founder uh, was from LucasArts. Uh, I mean, those are smaller ones. But In Exile, Wasteland 3, that's huge RPG developer. The Bard's Tale series, Wasteland series. Wasteland, if you've never played Wasteland, is like old school Fallout. And if you've never played old school Fallout, it's turn-based combat on like a grid like XCOM style, but open world like Diablo-esque.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Wasteland 3, if you haven't installed it on PC Game Pass, I do recommend. It's one we can play multiplayer.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and but it's fun where it's all open world, but the combat then is like it turns into like that grid style combat where you have so many squares you can move and stuff like that. And so
Right. Right.
it's definitely James Grim Fandango is awesome, and they are making a Grim Fandango 2. Just to let you know, I saw the announcement of it a
They
couple
sure
of
are.
weeks ago. I think I put that in the Discord when it was announced because oh my gosh. Anyway, I digress. We'll continue. Mojang Studios, Minecraft. They own Minecraft. And
Yep.
this goes back to that thing where everyone's like, oh, but the games are all going to be exclusives for Xbox. Minecraft's everywhere, guys. Minecraft is everywhere. Yeah, James is Grim Fandango too. What?
Dude, the thing is that like Minecraft is like the number one game in the world.
Yeah, Roblox
It's
and
wild.
yeah. Yeah, and the funny thing is when it first came out, I was like, what is this? What is this?
Right?
And then you play it with friends.
And then
And
you just get lost.
or when you're bored, yeah. I like playing with friends because then you can have conversations. But yeah,
Yep.
you start digging and then you end up like, wait a minute, I don't know where I am.
Yeah. Well, every time I played, I just ended up digging and making like a underground mansion. It's like
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
everything will be like barren, but when you go down into the ground, you see like this huge like labyrinth and like a whole bunch of like lights and everything like that. It was cool. It was cool. I would get lost in that freaking game for hours, man. It's insane.
Yeah,
Like
and
the first
shout out to Andrew. What's up, Andrew? We see you in there. Thanks for
what
stopping
up?
by. Thanks for hanging out this past weekend, man. You were gonna say sorry. You were
No,
talking
that
about
like
Minecraft
first time
still.
the first time I even entered the game, I was so enamored by like just the whole like building aspect and digging aspect that I actually dug myself into the lava
Oh
because
yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing, and I
yeah.
ended up losing my map. I lost all my stuff. I couldn't find my place because I was just random. I didn't know where I was at. It
Were you playing
was
by yourself?
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, so you had no
So
idea.
I was completely
So
lost, bro.
lost.
I didn't even know I could build another map. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I was like, you
yeah.
got
When
me, you
you,
gotta I did like it threw me for a loop, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I lost my map. I don't know where I'm at. I'm done. And then my friend was like, you can make another one, right? I was like, please show me because I don't know how to play this game.
oh yeah, I've so there's a place. Last story, then we'll move on about Minecraft. There's a place called the Netherworld
Hmm.
in Minecraft, and if you if you build a bed in the Netherworld, it explodes.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we built a
That's
bed and it
wild.
exploded our house down there. And we're like, oh well, I guess we can't do that. So
Oh dang.
yeah, let's move on because James is looking at this list like, oh my gosh, yeah. So Ninja Theory is the next one who's
Oh
done
yeah.
Devil May Cry, Enslaved Oddity of the West, which is a great game, Heavenly Sword, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, which is an amazing
Mhm.
graphically awesome game, and the second one's going to be a supposedly a launch title, maybe a little bit after, but it's what they showcased when they initially announced the Series X back last December at the Game Awards. That's what they showcased was Hellblade 2.
So
Um,
they bought the studio that makes Devil May Cry?
correct.
What?
Yeah, yeah, and that was in 2018. So the first one of
No wonder
this,
why Devil May Cry was in Game Pass.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Maybe it might go back.
It should. It should. Um, but again, maybe they have something new in the works that they're doing, and that'll come to Game
True.
Pass. So they've got this. They've got a strategy. I know they do.
Oh yeah.
They definitely do. So the next is Obsidian, which Fallout 76, The Outer World. I mean Fallout New Vegas. I mean The Outer Worlds, Dungeon Siege 3, South Park: The Stick of Truth. I'm
I love that game.
I mean, RPG Masters right there. I believe they also did Knights of the Old Republic 2, maybe, or at least helped with it. Um, oh,
Not too
James said
sure.
they made the reboot, Devil May Cry reboot, not the series. Okay,
Oh, okay, okay.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
But
because I was going.
still, like, I mean, that they can do that, they can handle that, then hell.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Obsidian, and then Playground Games, which to me is the the company that is going to make the Series X because of Fable. So kind of interesting
Oh
story
yeah.
about. Do you know who Playground Games is? Do you know what they do?
Isn't you said Fable, right?
Yeah,
That was the
what
first.
they you know what they're known for?
Oh,
No, they're not known
no.
for Fable. Fable was Lionhead
Really?
Studios. Yeah, Fable was
Oh, okay,
Lionhead
okay, okay,
Studios.
okay.
Peter Molyneux. They're making the new Fable, and
Oh, they're
because
making the remake, right?
because they are
Okay.
experts in
Playground
um
Games. That sounds familiar. I know
so
of the
they aren't
company.
experts in open world because they do the level design and a lot of design and development for Forza Horizon. So they just said, "Hey guys, you
I
guys."
knew of the company because I play Forza.
Yeah, you see it right at the beginning. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So,
I know of the name.
um,
That's awesome.
yeah. So Microsoft went to them, and then they've been. This was a rumor for years, and I have like before the rumor even came out, I'm like, Microsoft bought them. They do open world. Fable's coming. Fable's coming
Yeah.
back. And then the rumor started to swirl, and then they announced it at the event in July. And I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about Fable because I mean,
Dude,
what that
man.
game did for RPGs in the next gen is, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
just the choices you could make. And granted, Peter Molyneux and Lionhead Studios went a little extravagant on their promises. Remind me a little bit of No Man's Sky. But in this day and age, in that day and age, I mean, he couldn't go back and really do a huge update and overhaul like you
Right.
did to No Man's Sky, like Sean Murray did. But still, like the choices you could make, the different kind of things you could do, and it did revolutionize modern RPGs
Oh
along with
yeah.
other Xbox games like Knights of the Old Republic and Dragon Age and things of that nature. But yeah, Playground Games, and they're still going to work on Forza Horizon, I'm sure. Um,
Oh yeah, man.
and so that's, I mean, they require, I mean, 2018 and
That's probably why it's been
2019.
taking them so long.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Because
that's
they're probably
true.
working on both games.
You got a point there. And developers always have teams, you know, so you have team doing
Mhm.
this, team doing that, and then they rotate stuff. Um, yeah. And James is saying in the chat, remember when they said Fable 2 will be the greatest RPG of all time? Yeah. And and then they did that with Fable 1. Oh, it's gonna be never ending game, Fable
I'm
1.
not gonna
And
lie, Fable 2, I think I played up to you grow up to like manhood, and then that was it
yeah,
for
well,
Fable 2.
Fable 2 I glitched the hell out of Fable 2 because you could leave your controller hardwired to your Xbox 360 and just leave your controller there
What?
and just keep making money off your buildings and stores and stuff like
Oh
that.
hell no! What?
And Steph, you can drive really fast in Forza Horizon. It's user error, I'm telling you. Anyway, so as we move down the list, because I mean, this is a video in its own, just breaking down these what they own.
Really
But
quickly though,
yeah,
really quickly. F- the original Fable. I was a little late to the game. I waited. I waited for like I think like a good year and a half for it to go down in price because I was just like keeping my close eye on it. Once
yeah.
I was able to play it, dude, I was on that game for hours. I
Oh my
went and
gosh,
did
yeah.
that game 3 times, got myself fabled out, I call it, and waited to the next game, played that, didn't really like it too much. Fable 3, played that with my ex. It was okay. I didn't really like it too much.
Yeah, Fable 3
And
was the
then
tip, and then
my
Journey and
my nephew just recently played the original Fable because I was
oh, nice,
for my channel I wanted to see what he could, what he can do. So I was like, all right, well,
nice.
review an open world game and let me know what you think. He chose Fable out of nowhere, and it became like his favorite Xbox game.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was just like, now you know how I felt when I was your age playing that game. And he's just like, yeah, this is beyond like I can't wait for the next Fable. And I completely agree.
Yeah,
I honestly can't wait for the next Fable. That's gonna be so dope. Go ahead.
it's funny that you say that. Um, that you sat there for hours just playing it and you kept beating it. Because so the first time I was in Lebanon visiting a friend, and he was at work, and in Lebanon you could get your games, you know, out of the trunk of a car, you know. And we got Fable, and we started playing it, and we're like, oh yeah, this game's awesome, not knowing how long it was. And we got tired and we went to bed, and he got up, went to work, and he's like, yeah, you can, he's like, play a little, but don't you know, don't get too far. Dude, I
Right.
ended up fucking beating the game. I ended up beating the game, and I'm like, oh no. He was so mad. It's like, dude. I'm like, dude, just sit down. And he sat down, and beat the game. You know, it was
Oh
that
yeah,
short of a game, but
yeah, like I did not let my friend use my profile at all. At all. He like every time he would come over, he would have to bring his Xbox to play Fable. That's how hooked I was to that game. You know, I would be like, yeah, you could go on my account and play, and play a couple side quests. That yeah, don't touch my fucking main storylines though.
hell
Like,
no, yeah, right.
don't touch the main storylines. If you want to do the main storylines, bring your Xbox over. So every time he would come over with his Xbox, his controller, just to play freaking Fable, it was hilarious. But we had so much fun with that game, man. So much fun. It was a really cool
Fable's a great
time.
game. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Fable is and the new one's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it. Not sure
Oh
when it's
yeah,
coming
dude.
out, but
And the graphics got they. I can't wait to see how buttery
oh
that
yeah,
freaking that
oh
game
yeah,
looks,
it's going to
man.
pop. And
Holy cow!
where are you going to be able to play it on day one?
Mobile.
Game Pass
Yep.
mobile. Game
Yep.
Pass mobile. Like what? You'll be able to sit there while it's installing and play it on your phone, or you could do the smart
Yep.
thing and pre-install it like everyone else does.
Yeah.
Because that's
True.
good. Game Thing does a great job of telling you, hey, this game's about to launch and
Yeah.
it's going to be on Game Pass. Go ahead and
That's what
pre-install
I
it.
like about the. That's what I like about the Xbox user interface. Because if you have the Game Pass Ultimate, it'll show you like at the very top. You know, like hey, this game is coming out. You want to preload it or pre-install it. This
Mm-hmm.
and that.
Yep.
And I love that about Xbox. PlayStation don't do that type of stuff. You gotta like you
Yeah.
literally have to pre-order the game in order to preload it.
So someone made a good comment. Yes, I think it was yesterday when we were talking, or maybe Saturday. Um, PlayStation is more about the games, while Xbox is more about the experience. And they're getting
And
better
community.
with and community, and they're getting better on the games. And that's where PlayStation needs to step up in the next generation is the community and experience because they've already got the
Mhm.
games. And then if Microsoft comes at them, especially after this acquisition, and has the games as well, I mean, it's over. The
Oh
console
yeah.
war is over.
Oh
Um,
yeah, hands down. And the thing is, I
so
honestly think that the war is already over because they have XCloud.
yeah,
Like people, avid Xbox players have always wanted a PSP version of the Xbox,
true.
and
Very
now
true.
we finally have it.
That's true. I've always wanted mobile Xbox. Absolutely.
Yeah, and now we finally have it. Granted,
Yeah.
and it's even better than what we thought it would be. To be honest, at least for me, because it goes through you don't need to just use your Wi-Fi. You can use your stable connection from your phone from your data. I've used it. It works perfectly. I have 5G. So like it just being able to sit there looking at the countdown, your games installing on your Xbox or your new Xbox, and you're downloading a whole bunch of games. You're on your phone, might as well take advantage of it. You know what, let me go ahead and start up this game, and then when it's done, I can go on my Xbox or my PC and continue where I left off.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
is
James,
that's revolution right
yeah,
there.
James, I'll get into that later. Let me get through this list because we're getting on tangents. But this is the Planet of Nerds, so we do tangents really well. Uh, but yeah, I'll get into that, and there is an explanation for that. If you've been confused with, I mean, I can explain it really well. Uh, the Xbox, why it's a better experience, user experience.
Oh
Should I
yeah.
use that term? Not experience necessarily, because the experience is the gaming, but user experience. And there's lots of things that I can break down to that, but that's not what this video is really about right now. Because let's get on to the next studio, which I know James has been like gawked at and amazed at in the chat. So thanks for the support, James, as always, being here and hanging out, and everybody else who's hanging out and
Also,
who hung out this
Xbox
past
keeps
weekend.
people up to date with everything.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. We'll get into like the experience of being like it engrosses you, I guess. But anyway, the next studio is Rare, and if you don't know who Rare is, you should, because I got one word for you: Goldeneye. They
Oh
are the
yeah,
guys that made GoldenEye. They also have
would be nice
made
to have a remake.
the original Battletoads. They published the new one as well. Killer Instinct, Banjo Kazooie. Now they'll never get the they don't have the rights to that anymore. Um, Conquer, Perfect Dark, Grabbed by Ghoulies. Wow. Cameo, Elements of Power, which is a cool game. The Viva Pinata series, Sea of Thieves, which is newer. They have Rare Replay, and Rare has this way to create experiences as well. James, you're a PlayStation guy, so you haven't played. You don't have access to Rare Replay. You don't have access to Sea of Thieves. You don't have
Hmm.
access to Rare's games, so
Yep.
you don't know. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and
and the thing is that
GoldenEye,
Sea of Thieves has changed
yes, that's a game
so
that has evolved as
much.
well, and there's so much
Oh
to do in
yeah,
that. Like I used to go in there and just be able to know exactly what to do, where to go, how to do it. Now I get in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do. I don't even know where to start. I gotta do
yeah,
this quest
and
and
it
read
took
this
them like
quest.
half a year to even fix that, which is they were so fast.
Yeah,
They were so fast on
they're
fixing their
good.
game. It threw everyone for a loop, to be honest.
Yeah, they're
Because when it first released, everyone was so upset, and then like a couple of patches later, and everything was fixed, and people were loving it. And I was like, what? We haven't really seen like game companies actually do those types of patches where they like look at Anthem. It still
yeah.
needs to be fixed.
Still, and they keep
You
saying
know
Anthem 2.0 is coming. Anthem 2.0 is coming. Where's this Anthem 2.0 you're talking about? And James,
exactly.
this is not the place for the GoldenEye debate. We'll do that another time. You can put stuff in the comments once the video. I'm not getting into a debate about GoldenEye right now, James. But this got bigger news to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's rare. You know that's just another. I mean, and they've owned them since 2002. So that was one of the first. And then there's a couple of the in-house ones, the Coalition and the Initiative,
Yep.
which
Gears of War.
Coalition is Gears of War, um, and um, I forget what the Initiative is doing. I don't think they have any games out yet. I think the Initiative is a group of developers that get passed around to the different studios and they just help everybody. I think
I
that's
could
what
have
the
sworn the
Initiative.
initiative was doing uh
Let's find out.
they're taking part in like the background. They're right now. I think the coalition is continuing on with the Gears of War franchise, and I think the initiative is behind the scenes for Gears of War 5, like doing like the updates and everything like that. I could be completely wrong. I could have swore that what it was. That's what it was
I
though.
mean, I think you're right. Yeah, because I think the Initiative is
Because I think
just
they're the ones that are keeping it afloat right now.
are the live. Yeah, they do the
Yeah.
live updates and everything like that for that. And then Turn 10, that's the Forza guys. They're the main Forza developers. They're an in-house studio that Microsoft developed, and then Playground helped them externally, and then Microsoft bought Playground games.
Hmm.
Um, Undead Labs, um, which is State of Decay. Um,
And the thing is that like this is honestly Microsoft buying Bethesda is great because didn't PlayStation buy Obsidian Games?
no, Microsoft owns Obsidian.
Microsoft bought them. Okay, okay.
Yeah, Microsoft
Because
has
who
Obsidian. We
was the
just went
one that
over them.
did who was the developer for Sunset Overdrive?
Oh, that's who did Spider Man.
Right,
Yeah,
Insomniac Games.
Insomniac Games.
They
Yes,
straight
PlayStation.
bought Insomniac Games.
Yes.
So this is like okay. So you want to buy Insomniac Games? We'll buy Bethesda. you know, keep your Spider-Man. We got Elder Scrolls,
Yeah, we got Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield. I
right?
mean, Doom. So yeah, so that was before. That was before this purchase. Um, and then there's World's Edge, which is an internal one, which they do Age of Empires, which they're coming out with a new one of those on PC It's a
Right,
legendary
right.
series. But
Yeah, I saw the pre-order for the Age of Empires.
what I had now let's go to ZeniMax and take a look at their game library, shall we? And what now Microsoft also owns. Uh, let's start with the Elder Scrolls, Fallout,
Do you
Doom.
think do you think they might throw the enhanced make enhanced versions for the older Elder Scrolls, like bring them like port them over to the systems
Well, Morrowind's already backward compatible, and so is Oblivion.
with the
And
Xbox?
yeah, yeah, they're already backwards compatible. You have to buy them; they're not on Game Pass. But yeah, they're already in the store. You can buy them. They're backwards compatible. And then there's
But are they
already
but are they
this.
enhanced versions
No,
this
and they're
time
not going
around?
to
Oh,
put money
okay.
into that because they're working on Skyrim 6. And they've already got,
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, and they've already got Skyrim the enhanced like special edition, so that'll be get thrown on there. Which oh my gosh, like
Yeah, but I
that's
could I
gonna.
could see I could see them do a remake for Morrowind though. I could see them do a remake for Morrowind because Morrowind was a really like
True.
very renowned game for them.
So it's funny that you say that because Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim is moddable, and I think the special edition is
Yeah,
moddable
you
as
got the
well.
you get the Morrowind update. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that Morrowind update, that free that those guys have been working on for years, and
Hmm.
so you can mod Elder Scrolls 5 to be Morrowind. So maybe they just pay those guys, and say, "Hey, we're gonna take your product and do that," and that's faster.
True.
Like,
True.
and but at the same time,
And then if I'm not mistaken, I think they already if I'm not mistaken, I think they did a Morrowind for ESO, Elder
yes,
Scrolls
they did.
Online.
Yes, yes.
So
So yeah, so I don't see there's any more reason to go back to
yeah, true.
Morrowind. Um, but we got then Doom, which we just talked about.
Oh yeah.
Rage, which is a fun shooter, and that's all I'll say about Rage. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's very fun being able to lift people up in the air and shoot them, and yeah, that's cool.
And then Elder Scrolls Online, which the MMO.
Yeah, I think I've gotten like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how many characters I have on the PlayStation, and I think I got like 4 characters on the Xbox.
Yeah, nice. Then there's Prey,
Oh
which is
yeah.
a fun series as well. Uh, Dishonored, which we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
um, and Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Evil
Yeah.
Within.
Dude, the freaking Evil Within, that surprised me.
Yeah, well, the
I
first one was
completely
okay. The
forgot
second one,
that it was a Bethesda game.
yeah,
So when
yeah,
I saw that in the lineup, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me, bro!" Like, I cannot wait to see the Evil Within 3 now, if they even make
yes,
it. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like, because that's going to be completely exclusive to Xbox.
Well,
Uh,
okay, we had that
it's
debate.
not. Well, I mean, it's not like
That's not a AAA title. You're right. You're right.
it's
So
not
it
just a
wouldn't be
triple. It's not only not a triple A title, but it's not a multiplayer title. It's like they can keep it. They can keep it in house and
true. And yeah,
exclusive.
it wasn't a huge success, so that maybe they just keep it on Xbox on Game Pass, and it'll get played more, and then word of mouth.
Hmm.
And then
Oh yeah, because you throw the first two on Game Pass,
oh
see how
yeah,
things
I'll play
go.
them. I'll
Oh
play them.
hell yeah, dude.
And then Quake is the other
Oh
franchise. If
yeah,
like
we
old
need a
school,
new one.
we need a new Quake. I agree.
Yes.
That would be fantastic. A new Quake, like Doom-esque, Doom
Mhm.
2016 esque Quake, though.
When was when did Quake 3 come out?
Oh man. Oh
That was Xbox 360, wasn't it?
yeah. And then there's Quake Champions is a free to play PC shooter. So it looks like they've gone the free to play
Yeah,
route. Which okay. Um, I mean, I want a Quake story. I do. I think
exactly.
I'd like a Quake
Exactly.
story, because it's a yeah.
I
Quake is
completely
always
agree. I think everyone is ready for a Quake 4.
well. There was Quake 4. That I believe there was for
What?
PC
Oh
only
yeah,
though.
no, yeah, there was a Quake 4. Yeah,
For
that's right. That's
yeah,
right. Well, a new
but
Quake for the consoles.
yes, consoles Quake would be fantastic. Now maybe though Quake Champions will go to Xbox maybe
That would
because
actually be pretty interesting
that would be and be
because they
cross-play.
could make
Yeah.
that. They could also do some esports with that too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. They have the arena, the Quake Arena, esports championships and stuff like yeah. Because
Hmm.
isn't there like a big Bethesda one? Bet like a big Bethesda esports. I think they host one for Quake and
Just
Doom.
Quake, yeah, just
Yeah,
Quake
QuakeCon.
and
That's right,
yeah, QuakeCon.
QuakeCon. Duh. Yeah. Jeez. Boy. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It was a long. Ooh. But let me get to so yeah. Those studios that they just bought off of ZeniMax. I mean, there's also some smaller studios in there that I didn't mention. That are probably, in my opinion, and let's get into that. So first, let me go to look at James's question. Yes, James, or comment. Yes, James, I agree. So I think. Do you remember the rumors of Microsoft possibly buying WB Games?
Yeah,
So I think that they were window shopping. They're like, all right, this new generation is coming. We need a big studio that's gonna, make waves, and that's gonna give us these exclusives that are gonna send us to the next level of games. Because, hey guys, we're sitting in this board meeting here, and PlayStation is killing us on games, but everything else, sure, we have great a great user interface. We have great brand awareness on the console when you go on. That's part of that experience, James, that we were talking about. Is that you go on there, you are like it's not ads, but you go into your Game Pass app. Hey, this is coming out. This is coming out. This is coming out. This is on sale. Get this for free. Like
yep.
you get told that where to go and you get help. So someone who just jumps on has no idea what they're doing. It's a much more comfortable user experience.
Yeah, the customer
Than the
service is
PlayStation.
there, hands
Yeah,
down.
it's right there. Anyway, so I think they were shopping around and like, okay, well, WB AT&T said they don't want to sell WB Interactive anymore, and because they seem to be turning things around for DC and WB and everything. Great. Okay. Well, who else is on the market? Oh, let's jump Bethesda up to the market. Let's give Todd Howard a call and see if he's interested, and whoever
Oh
else
yeah.
runs over there. See if they're interested in ZeniMax and see if you want to sell 7.5 billion? Yeah, sold. Here
And
you
the thing
go.
is, they really need this right now. Bethesda really needed this because they were hurting with Fallout 76.
So
And
yeah,
it Fallout 70 because of Fallout 76, they were getting trashed, man. So I think now with the help of Microsoft, it's going to be an even better experience with Fallout 76. They're going to be able to do a lot more. Their budget's going to be a lot bigger, I think. So we're
yeah,
gonna see more of a change within Fallout 76. I feel,
yeah,
and it's gonna be for
and
the good.
you know what I just thought of. And first of all, James, it's not just when he says customer service, he means that like you don't even have to call someone or go on their website and ask someone for help because you open up that console and it's all right there. I mean, Cortana alone is your customer
Yeah,
service assistant. I mean, and then you have, everything graphically. While PlayStation, it's very looks like you're looking at the main menu of a TV, like the menus
and
of a TV.
the
That's
voice
just
assistant for the PlayStation is trash.
yeah, it's terrible.
You gotta tell it so many prompts to do just to turn off the PlayStation. It's ridiculous. PlayStation power on off shut down console. Come on, Cortana, turn on my or I could even talk to my Alexa and tell my Alexa to turn my Xbox on.
Yes, yes. I love how
You
you did
know,
that quietly so it wouldn't do it.
yeah, exactly. Because everything would have just you would have seen the everything power on and everything like that.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, man.
um, I find it that comment about QuakeCon, James. That's true. They probably will try and overhaul it, and um, but but we were talking about Fallout 76, and I had this interesting thought, or kind of a demand. Hey, Microsoft, you better give me Fallout First subscription with my Game Pass Ultimate subscription. That's all I gotta
Yes.
say. It's give me my damn private servers in Fallout 76 because I am a Game Pass Ultimate member, and this is a
Or at least a
Microsoft
nice
game now.
discount.
No, I don't even want to no. Hell no. Give me it in my perks. Even if okay,
In your
I'll
perks.
take free 6 months of Fallout First in my Game Pass Ultimate perks. You know, things like that. That's the kind of things we're gonna get now. Exclusivity, things
True,
like
true.
that. You know, and that's what's really exciting about that. I think Microsoft really will turn things around for ZeniMax as a whole. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and granted, let's just admit it. Elder Scrolls 6 will probably save Bethesda.
Oh yeah.
Um, but no, I think that there's
And
going to
and
be.
possibly Microsoft.
So here's the thing. Yeah. Oh, Microsoft. Here's the thing that we now have on Xbox is a powerhouse role playing game like R- action RPG, FPS RPG expert studio. Like that's what
Yep.
Xbox is going to now become is the Fallouts and the Skyrims and the State of Decays and the like Fable. It's RPG Central now. And
Which is amazing.
which is amazing. And don't get me wrong, Sony's great, PlayStation's great for you get those Eastern titles that you don't get on Xbox. But you're gonna get a flavor of the West, and it's fantastic to say because it used to be that the East was the gaming central, but now
Mm-hmm.
we're starting to do things right in the West, and then there's I love saying this. There's those guys in the middle making cyberpunk, just schooling us all.
Yep,
Um,
that's so true. And the cool thing is that like right now in Japan, PlayStation is lead. But
no,
well,
of
if I'm
course.
not mistaken, I think it could be Nintendo. But PlayStation
Oh,
is
that's true.
still above. Still, PlayStation is still above the Xbox in Japan and overseas.
Yep.
So them having Bethesda Studios, Doom, Fallout, Elder Scrolls. That's all. That's a lot of the all these games people are playing on the PlayStation over there. So having them exclusively for Microsoft Xbox Series X or Game Pass or whatever, anything Xbox is going to help them overseas even more. And I honestly can't wait. I honestly can't wait to see how well it's gonna boost them. It might not boost them that much, but I mean, look at people are still playing Elder Scrolls today.
Oh yeah, Skyrim. Yeah.
People,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
y-
Oblivion, Morrowind.
yep.
They're playing them all.
Oh yeah, and
Um,
like even ESO Online. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
ESO Online, Doom, the first one. People are buying it for $20 and playing it and then
Yep.
liking it and then buying the DLC, getting beating that, going to the next one. This is a game changer for Microsoft. I think for overseas. I honestly think this is a game changer because they're going to have games that are not going to be on PlayStation anymore, and I feel as though like that that is such an achievement in its own. That is such an achievement in its own because PlayStation has always had the exclusives. They've had way more
Yes.
exclusives than Xbox,
Yes.
and Xbox seriously needs to change the game with it. They really do. They need their exclusives. We got Gears of War and Halo right now.
Forza. Yeah, we got
Well, oh
Forza,
yeah,
Gears of
Gears of
War,
War.
Halo,
Yeah,
but and
the three pinnacle games that everyone
yeah.
knows.
Well, Fable as
You
well. Everyone knows, but there hasn't been one in so long.
exactly,
Um,
exactly. But like I'm talking about like the three main like titles for Xbox right now is that are those three,
let me
and
play.
having like Doom as an exclusive. Holy
Let, let,
cow!
let me play devil's advocate a little bit because So yes, the exclusives. Yes, I will agree. PlayStation had the better AAA exclusives
Mm-hmm.
and big name exclusives. Now that now that I'm a content creator, now that we're content creators and we're the little guy, one thing that Microsoft does really well is support and promote the little guy. Those indie
Yep.
titles, and that's where a lot of their exclusives have come from. Is those indie developers and those indie titles. I mean, Cuphead
Yeah, true,
you
true.
know,
But I
and
mean,
so
is it
yes,
really an exclusive if
it
they're on
was,
Nintendo
it
Switch?
was, it was, it was. It's only recently added onto Switch, just within the past like year and a half. So the
Yeah.
game's been out for 3 years or so. So it wasn't intended to go on any other console. I don't think because they didn't realize it was going to be so successful. I think that was part of the thing with Cuphead. They didn't know how successful it was going to be, and that was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
and so then, but yeah, I get back to the point of that's what they do. The smaller indie games that people you won't see really on PlayStation.
Yeah, you see a
Um,
lot of third party.
yeah, so you see that, so you see the smaller guys, and I mean they've got a. If you sign up for the Xbox
Insider.
Insider, they
Mm-hmm.
have a whole section in the store that they add to your store called Creators Corner,
Yep.
and it's just a bunch of indie games that people. Some are free, some are like 99 cents, $2. But I mean, come on, PlayStation doesn't do that. Nintendo does.
PlayStation
Nintendo
is the
definitely.
Apple of the
Yes,
game
that is.
community.
I will agree. I will agree. PlayStation is definitely Apple of the gaming community, um, and I definitely hope that that's not what Microsoft becomes as well with this large, But
Well, I mean, the thing is that they need to combat PlayStation.
they
You
do.
know, they really do need. They keep on saying, "Oh, this isn't a war. You know, we're not in a console war. This isn't that. We're not worried about PlayStation. We're not worried about Nintendo." You have to be. You have to be. I understand that you guys have Game Pass, but you know, granted, you not only do you guys have Game Pass, but you guys also have the most powerful console that there is right now,
Hmm.
and we get a whole bunch of third-party games. We need the exclusives. We people are the. I mean, Halo, the new Halo that was about to come out. Halo,
Infinite.
oh my goodness, Infinite delayed. Was supposed to come out with the Xbox, and it was delayed. We
Yep.
don't know we have no idea what exclusives are coming out to
I think
Xbox.
Hellblade 2. I believe is the it. But
Is it
here's the
is
thing.
it's a day
It's an
one?
I believe so. But here's the thing. That's the thing that especially with this generation of console, because there's going to be so many games that are coming out around there. I mean, Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, two that
Yeah, a
come
lot
to
of third
mind.
party games.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. I mean, what does PlayStation have that's a actual not a timed exclusive coming on day one? Spider-Man?
Ratchet and
Uh,
Clank.
Real okay. 2.
Ratchet and Clank.
Spy
Godfall, I believe it
Godfall's a
is.
timed though. Godfall's timed. That's going to
Oh,
be eventually
Godfall's timed.
Godfall's timed.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
talking about that's not timed
Yeah, that's
exclusive.
not timed. Spider-Man and
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank probably.
No. Kina.
What?
Kina.
Exactly. What?
Oh, the
Demon Souls the
exactly.
remake, really,
Yeah,
James?
yeah, no, Demon Souls, yeah.
I
Demon
mean,
Souls. There's a
what
lot more exclusives than we think than we actually
on
know.
exactly day 1 though.
On day one, probably like about four,
That's
maybe
not
like
that
four
many.
games.
Yeah. So
But I mean,
so
what does
that's not a
Xbox have?
but it's
Xbox
not
doesn't
a
have any exclusives.
well, we don't know yet. We don't know that yet. I mean, did we expect this 2 months
No,
before the
we
console
didn't.
came out?
We didn't, and that's why I feel as though since they don't have any exclusives right now for Xbox coming out, because at least I haven't seen any. I
Well,
haven't
let's
seen
look. Yeah,
any
I'll
that
look
are
it
coming
up.
out day one.
We'll look it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but as far as I'm concerned, But rolling out Bethesda inside Game Pass when the console launches, great. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely, and that's the thing. They're not gonna need. They're not going to need necessarily an exclusive for.
Yeah, but that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah,
That's what I've been seeing this whole
no, but
time.
okay, that is what everyone that's not Microsoft and their marketing team has been talking about. What have they been marketing mostly?
Oh, Game Pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not worried about this whole exclusive thing. Their exclusives will come out. They're definitely
Yeah,
going
and that's why I
to.
said having Bethesda games in the
Yeah.
Game Pass when launch, that's going to be good. That's going to be a good boost for them because we don't even know what they're going to put on there yet. They could throw us for a loop and be like, okay, well, we're gonna throw the new Doom, we're gonna throw the Elder Scrolls, we're gonna throw all the Bethesda titles in Game Pass. You got so you play to your heart's content, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna boast about the other 100 plus games that you can play, and then they're also gonna boast, oh well, not only that, but you also get the EA along with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's funny. People were tweeting out that, "Oh my gosh, you have EA games right now with Game Pass." No, people read. It says the holidays.
Hmm. Oh wow, really? EA? I thought
Yeah,
it was on the 28th or the 26th that they were rolling out.
of this month? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
They said unless they had an announcement. Everything I said it said coming this holiday.
Oh, okay. Because the two articles that I saw was on the 6 or 28. They probably moved it then.
Yeah, well, here, look that up for me while I'm going over, if you
Yeah.
could. Thank you. So here, let's go over the games that are confirmed according to IGN, which is a good source to figure out which games are confirmed. Read
Right.
them
Right.
fine print. Yeah, James, exactly. Read them fine print. So launch games that we know of: Valhalla, which is going to be a third party, obviously. Um, Call of Duty comes out 3 days after the Xbox comes out, and 4 days was the 17th for the PlayStation, right? 4 days before the PlayStation, right? The 17th
Yeah,
for the
they changed it.
PlayStation.
It's November 10th now.
Yeah, November 10th. So November
So
10th, EA Play.
so
So
look at
it's
that.
launch day. Launch day. Look at that. Launch day.
Look at
So
that. So that's probably what they're going to end up doing, throwing
yep.
Bethesda games and EA with it.
Well, I think Bethesda will show up before that. I think Bethesda
You
games
think
will show
so?
up before that. Yeah, maybe not. You're right. I mean, that would be a good way to entice
Because what
people.
a better way to show off the new Series X with Doom Eternal.
One thing Microsoft said though is they're not expecting people to necessarily buy the console day one. They're not, because they're not making games. They're not having games made that are just solely. And I think PlayStation is doing the same thing, solely for the Xbox Series X, but also will run great on the
Oh
Xbox
yeah, they're
One
not
as well.
doing that.
So
They're not doing that for I think for like the
for a
next like
year,
2 years, 2 or 3
year or
years.
two,
They said.
yeah, yeah, because they want to
Yeah.
give support. So again, for them, it's Game Pass. So if on launch of, but I think you're right that to do it that way with Bethesda, because even on launch day, say the person can't afford the Series X, those games are still going
Yep.
to be on Xbox One. You know,
Yep.
so Cyberpunk is uh 19th, so 9 days after launch of the Xbox. Uh,
And if you get the Xbox One version or the one version,
yeah,
you
version
get
you'll
the
get the yep,
upgrade for the new version as well, the
correct. Same with
Series X.
Avengers as well.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Same with Avengers. It's yeah, smart delivery they're calling it.
Yeah.
And then Devil May Cry, which is third party, Dirt 5, which is a third party. Um, I mean, these are all like remakes. Look at this. Gears Tactics. Okay. Okay, there's one
Ooh,
that's only
okay.
on PC right now, and it's an XCOM clone that'll be really, and it's Gears, so people will be really, that'll be popular. So there's Gears Tactics, and upgrade. I mean, an upgraded Gears 5. People are going to be excited for that because you know they're going to add stuff to it.
Right.
Um, let's see here. I mean, there's a lot of games. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we're right though. Observer, which is our weird one for it to be have a remaster, which is one that's
Yep.
on Game Pass now. Uh, Scorn. Hey, that's a third party too. It looks like, but
Hmm.
or it might be an exclusive though. I think Scorn's an exclusive.
Okay.
I think. Um, Tell me why is already out. The Ascent. I think that was on PlayStation as well.
And you know the thing is that like I really can't remember what
Yeah, I know. We were looking at the.
Xbox like announced. Like they did all those game like
So the Ascent is a solo. So Ascent is an exclusive.
okay.
Oh no, wait, it's going to be on Steam as well. So PC,
Awesome.
yes, but not PlayStation.
Mm.
Let me see.
So strictly Microsoft.
So I think this one is Xbox Series X, Xbox. So there's an exclusive. There's a launch exclusive.
Okay.
Let's look up. Let me look up Scorn as well. Um,
And these are Series X exclusives?
yes. Well, yeah. Some of them are not. You know, obviously, some of them are already on the Gears 5, for example. But yeah, Scorn is also yes. Scorn is an exclusive. The Ascent, Watch Dogs Legion, and Yakuza. So they have two. So, but again, you said, you add to the Game Pass thing,
Right.
and that just creates an insane amount of playability to the Series X.
Exactly. Because Xbox like PlayStation, they got a whole bunch of freaking
Yeah, here let's look up. Let's do that.
exclusives.
Let's do that now. PlayStation 5. Actually, here I'll do that. I'll go back to my lovely um, graphic that we have, so it
We
looks
can't
like we're
really
actually.
count Ghostwire
No, those
Tokyo
are
and
timed
yeah,
and
and the other one I
Godfall
forgot Godfall. Okay.
because they're timed because they're Bethesda games, I believe.
Godfall's a Bethesda game?
I think so. Yeah,
Could have
I
swore
think
they
it's
were
it's. I think it's one of the small. Um, yeah. Oh, they're Gearbox. That's 2K.
yeah, I was about
So
to
I'm
say,
thinking of a
yeah, because I
different
could
one
have swore
then.
they were
There's
the
a
ones
different
that helped with
Borderlands.
Borderlands, yeah.
Yeah, they're with Borderlands. So there was another one, Ghostwire, and there was another one then. It's not Godfall.
The name freaking escapes me,
Deathloop.
bro.
Deathloop.
Death, yes,
That's what it
Deathloop.
is. Deathloop. So yeah, okay. So there we go. Thank you. Yeah, PS5. Yeah, those are both Bethesda games.
Mhm.
So they're done by studios that are owned by ZeniMax. Not Bethesda, sorry.
And the and
Studios
the
that are owned by
funny
ZeniMax. So now they're
and the funny
Xbox.
thing is that PlayStation users are going to have to dish out the $60 for that game for those games.
Yes, and we're not going to when they eventually come
Just
to
15
Xbox.
bucks for both games.
And we'll have to wait a year probably. Oh
It
no.
don't matter.
So I'll
It's
have
well
plenty.
worth the
I'll be
wait.
I'll be playing Cyberpunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll be
Especially with
playing.
as long as Cyberpunk is, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a while. By the time we all finish Cyberpunk, it's probably gonna be it's gonna be on Game Pass anyway. It's gonna the Deathloop and Ghostwire.
Okay, so I've got the PlayStation. It's a different kind of list, which is kind of nice because we can. And there
Oh,
aren't that
nice.
many. There are not that many launch exclusives actually for PlayStation. There's a lot of third party. So we obviously.
Well, I said there were like at least four.
Why is this not? Yeah. So yeah, but we also counted what, 3 or 4
Timed
for
or
Xbox.
or
No, exclusives,
oh
launch day
oh oh
exclusives. There were like 3 of them, 4 maybe,
no, there was two exclusives for Xbox.
plus the Gears Tactics.
Oh, okay,
So
so
three.
three. Okay,
So 3. So Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
okay.
Let me go back to my OBS. Sorry, I'm
But
bringing this up.
that's not really a PlayStation 5 exclusive though,
Why?
because it's also coming out to PS4.
But so are all the exclusives for Xbox. That's what I'm saying. Is no, they're neither of them are making exclusives
No, but I'm
just
talking
for
about
the
like
new console.
main exclusives. I
None of
wasn't
them are
really
done.
counting.
Well, none of them are doing that. That's what I'm saying. Is none of them are doing that. They're all making them. You did a lot. All these games. I'm pretty sure will launch on PS4 as well. They just will be like. They will be not as graphically good. Although
Hmm.
I don't know if Miles Morales is launching on PS4.
It is.
Um, James, stop talking about Gears Pop. That's a mobile game. Anyway, um, but yeah. So we got Miles Morales. We know all about that. Astro's Playroom.
Well, yeah, Miles Morales is a PlayStation exclusive. It's just
Yeah. So we're
not for
calling
PS5,
we're calling
but
it
it's a PlayStation exclusive.
yeah.
Yeah,
Astro's Playroom.
that's built into the system.
Yeah. So we don't count that.
Yeah,
Sackboy, so the new Little Big Planet. Okay.
yeah, Sackboy.
So far two. The Valhalla is a third party. Three. Okay, four. And that's the third party. Third party. Third party. Third party.
Is Kena
Third
first
party.
party?
Is what?
Kena, Kena, I believe it is. Kena, whatever.
Oh, Kona? No, that's already out.
Kena.
Kona?
No. Kena, I think it is.
Well, I don't
Bridge
see
of.
it. This. Yeah, I don't see it on this list. I don't think.
Oh
it's
no, never mind. That's an Xbox game.
Yeah.
That's a third party game. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought that was
yeah.
yeah. So were we at 4 so far? 5. Okay, but really, Destruction All Stars. Who's gonna be getting that? and
I kind of like Destruction All Stars. It looks pretty dope.
Okay, it could be
It's
fun.
it's like we don't really have
I know
metal
metal
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, yes. Yeah, we don't. You're right. But
And then being able to jump out of the car and beat each other up at the same time, that sounds pretty cool.
Again, so they were gonna have one more if Halo hadn't been delayed, and I don't really like that. That's like, Demon Souls is a remake.
And Clank in there too?
Nope, that's not. That's not a launch.
Really?
Title. Not a launch title. I love how they put Fortnite in there. Like it's not. It's free, guys, and it's gonna be on Xbox. Like what?
But I think that was because the Fortnite did that stupid what's it called?
It's gonna be enhanced or something.
Yeah, the enhanced version.
Let's see here. Here's
just like GTA.
This is the same link I was on. No, here we go. Yeah, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, Godfall, and Sackboy. And then these are all the games coming around launch. But yeah, so there's really not that many. I mean, let's face it. November is third party time. I mean, all the big third party, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Cyberpunk. Those 3 games are gonna win the holidays.
Mm-hmm. And it's a shame because people are gonna buy those games for the PlayStation
or PC.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk for PC will be very
yeah.
popular because they'll be moddable probably and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty will just be popular overall.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just everywhere, so we don't have to like. And then Assassin's Creed that'll be just successable because.
And just an FYI, to everyone that's watching, Xbox is the one that you want to pick up.
No, I'm not, and that's the thing. Like working at GameStop, you ask people. For me, the 3 main questions are, what are you used to? What do your friends have? And what exclusives are you interested in?
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, I'm an Xbox guy, and I had a PlayStation 4 at one point, and I never used it. And a lot of PlayStation players will say the same thing about their Xbox. And, so really, it's to me what your friends have. The end all of it is we want all of them, so we can
Yeah.
play with anybody whenever we want to, however we want to. And so,
See, for me, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
That for me, I like the PlayStation exclusives on the PlayStation. On my third party games, strictly Xbox,
Okay.
because you're gonna get the better experience on the Xbox. The graphics are a lot better. It's a it, dude. Coming from the PS4 Pro, when no, I got my Xbox One X before I got the PS4 Pro. I went directly back to the Xbox because I don't like the graphics. They claim to be 4K 60, and it's not. You can literally tell the difference between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, hands down.
Oh yeah, and I've seen it where the PS4 Pro, like, it'll overheat. It can't handle
It
some
sounds
of
like
the
a jet
graphics.
engine.
Yes. Yeah.
It
And
sounds
it's
like a
like
jet engine.
no one wants that out of their console
Yep.
at all. And that was new out of the box. People were saying that. My Xbox One, I have an Xbox One, the black one, 1 terabyte still, that never has made that sound.
That's awesome.
My Xbox One S has never gotten that loud. Like, I don't have an X because I don't have a need for it,
Oh yeah.
and right now, and because what I can do on my One S or my PC is enough.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say one thing about Game Pass and
How it's a
Xbox.
godsend.
Well, besides that, is Microsoft Flight Simulator
Oh yeah.
will be on Xbox One Series X, and I don't care what people say. Oh, it looks boring. Blah, blah. It got a 93 on Metacritic.
Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
93.
That's like
Crusader.
that was one of the most anticipated games, was that
Yes.
Flight Simulator.
Yes, and oh my gosh, and you guys had fun watching me play it the other day. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, I can go anywhere and see anything how it really looks. Like, I was flying over my neighborhood when I first got the game. I'm like, look, babe, it's our grocery store.
That's so cool, man.
It's
That's
it's
really
amazing.
so cool.
And then, I mean, Game Pass has 3 titles above 85 on Metacritic recently. Microsoft Flight Simulator 93, Crusader Kings 3 at 92, Wasteland 3 got an 86. So,
Wow.
yeah, like,
What was the score for Gears of War?
Gears of War 5,
Yeah.
probably pretty high. Gears of War
I heard that one didn't do too
5,
well.
Metacritic.
People were upset that you only got to play as the female.
84.
But
84.
look at that.
They got an 84. That's a good score.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed Gears
Gears
of War.
5 was fun. Yeah, Gears 5 was
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
I like the fact that you were able to switch between characters in the beginning of the game, so that way you can like choose who you want to be. That's that. What more can you ask for with Gears? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a cool thing to do. Have 3 people play with you, or two other people in the campaign. That's so cool, man.
Um. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a great game that's evolving, and like, I love the fact that they're now taking the story and branching it out to different genres, like the XCOM style Gears tactics
Mhm.
and stuff. So, but we did. Wow, we've been going for an hour and a half. We should probably let's try and wrap this up here. So yeah, so break down. Xbox has bought ZeniMax for $7.5 billion. We're now going to get all the Bethesda games on Game Pass. We're gonna get all the ZeniMax games like Doom from id Software on Game Pass, and I think that it'll be timed exclusives and exclusive content on DLC.
Okay.
So that's how I think they're gonna go. I think they were smart. They'd do like a, I know we said 5 years, but 3 year, timed exclusive, 2 or 3 year timed exclusive. I think would be what they need so that people don't like when they remarket that it's coming to the other consoles that people don't was like, oh, I don't care about that game, there's this game coming out now.
Right.
You only
Right.
have that certain window. So this is a huge deal for Microsoft. I couldn't believe it when I read it. But I'm really excited to see what the future holds now on this, and see if there's any other studios that Microsoft's been hiding from us that they're buying. So very excited for this. And yeah, well, why don't you give me your final thoughts on this, Slevin?
I honestly agree with you to a certain extent. I honestly think that if they want an edge over PlayStation, they wouldn't do timed exclusives. They would just strictly keep exclusives because they need the exclusives. PlayStation is one thing we know about PlayStation, exclusives. One thing we know about Xbox, there's not that many exclusives. So them buying this company is a huge win for them. I really do hope they don't screw it up. Uh I don't see them screwing it up because I mean Phil Spencer is like the Xbox god. Um but
Yeah.
yeah, I honestly yeah, I honestly like I think we're gonna be looking at a very very bright future for Xbox, hands down.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. November 10th can't come soon enough now. I'm very excited. Uh, Another reason that this is such an interesting timing, and something we didn't even talk about. I don't know why I didn't talk about it. Is you can pre-order the new Xbox as of tomorrow. Um,
Yep,
so
and they gave everybody a notice in advance, unlike
yes,
PlayStation, which I
yeah,
thought was pretty funny.
yeah, it's definitely very interesting timing. Um, that they're gonna drop this the day before you can pre-order. So saying, hey, guess what we just bought? Now come pre-order
Yep,
us. So
yep.
it'll be really cool to see that what their numbers are tomorrow, and how long backlogged and log jammed that they're gonna be, and see if maybe let's see if they have the same problem PlayStation ended up having, where they had to they accidentally turned them off, and no one could pre-order for so long
Right.
because their servers got so backlogged that it crashed the system. Let's see if Microsoft has that issue tomorrow. We'll
You
see.
know what you know what I just thought of
Hmm.
when they were doing their little press release things, videos online,
Yes,
their live streams, they 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 were promoting Bethesda a lot in every single one.
that's a good
They
point.
had a Bethesda title in every single video.
Yeah, that's very true. I didn't even think of that. Now, I know they've always had a good partnership with stuff, and like Morrowind was ported onto the original Xbox and from
Hmm.
PC. It was the first Bethesda title on a console, so um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I mean,
they
like that was when Metro Exodus
well,
and
yeah, because they had a agreement, they had a
no, I'm talking
contract
no,
together.
I'm talking about like all the game, all like Tomb Raider, Metro Exodus,
Well,
Devil May Cry.
Tomb Raider
They were
Square
they
Enix.
all ended up in they all ended up in Game Pass, and Xbox was the one that was
Well,
promoting them when they first came out, before
well,
they
Tomb
came out.
Raider is Square Enix, so
No, yeah, no, I'm aware of that, but I'm saying every time they ended up promoting the game ended up on Game Pass.
True. Well, yeah, I think part of
Hmm.
that is that they have agreements with these companies in advance, and that they, uh, like marketing. So how do I break this down? Gosh, we might be here for another half an hour. So when you have a marketing plan, and it's because it's very similar to like rolling out a new team. Like I've done rolling out new teams for minor league baseball, and it's very similar. They have a plan, and you make the agreement. I mean, you talk for sometimes years in advance, and you come up with this marketing basically timeline, and uh, you say, okay, here's where you're going to promote the games in your marketing, and then on this date we're going to do this, and then on this date you're going to add them to we're going to add them to Game Pass, and on this date we're going to do this. So it's already predetermined. So when you see it marketed in a video or something like that, they already know that it's going to Game Pass
Oh yeah,
ahead of months later or even days later or
and that,
whatever,
yeah, and that's what
so
I
they've
like
got it
about that,
all.
and that's what I like about Xbox because pretty much every game that they've promoted so far has gone to to Game Pass. You know,
Yeah,
I have yet to see a game that's come out that's that's a third party that hasn't been on Game Pass yet. You know what I
yeah, and
mean?
they've dropped some really like
I'm honestly I'm just literally waiting for the day they drop Doom Eternal, literally, because that's their next one. That's their next title that they would have to throw on Game Pass, and what a better way to throw Doom out with a console launch, especially on Game Pass, which is pretty
yeah,
cool.
that would be that and that's the thing, like Microsoft, they say don't care as much about console sales right now
Hmm.
because of the fact that I said about them not making exclusive games just for the Series X. They'll also be for the One, but
Yep.
they care about those subscriptions, and then
Oh
we
yeah.
broke it down. I think we've beaten the horse dead. Game Pass, folks. That is
Oh yeah.
Microsoft's angle. That is their strategy. That is their carrot at the end of the stick to lure players in. Whether it's
They even said it themselves that you
yeah,
don't have
they
to
said it
upgrade.
themselves. Exactly. And whether it's you go buy it, get Game Pass on PC, which just came out of beta, or you get just Xbox and Game Pass on console, and Xbox Live and Game Pass on console. Which, if you did that, why would you not just get Ultimate, because it breaks down to be cheaper that way? And you get then you get the X Cloud, and so you get all these things together, and it's just it's brilliant. It's such a brilliant strategy.
Mhm.
And on that note, just to close out, uh, which game are I'm going to ask you this? Which game are you more excited for, Starfield or Elder Scrolls 6 of Bethesda?
Mm. Man, that is a good question.
Yeah.
That is a really freaking good question. Uh, I mean, I know I'm gonna have to say Starfield because it's new.
Yes. And the same
I'm gonna have
thing.
to say, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to say
Sci-fi.
Starfield. Yeah.
To go back to a question James had earlier that I never got a chance to answer. Um, that that we sci-fi first-person shooter RPG, just like the Outer Worlds that just came out, which was an Obsidian game. James, you asked for
Hmm.
Fallout New Vegas 2. Go play the Outer Worlds, and
Yeah.
that's
What the
all I'm
heck?
gonna.
Fallout New Vegas too. How have you
Because
not
it's
played Outer Worlds?
yeah, go
What?
play Outer Worlds. It's made by Obsidian. You'll love it. They just coming out with DLC. Uh, anyway, on that note, yes, guys, Xbox has purchased Bethesda and their parent company ZeniMax. We're gonna get all kinds of fun games on Game Pass and
All
exclusives for
kinds.
Microsoft. And it was $7.5 billion deal just announced today. And remember tomorrow to go pre-order your Xbox Series X if you can. If you can't afford it right now, pre-order it when you can. That's what I'm gonna do. And until later, I am Chris Darth Pyrin Walker. This is the Planet of Nerds saying goodbye, and I am right now saying goodbye with Slevin from Game World Intel. Say goodbye to the folks.
I'm
Anything you want to
Slevin.
plug?
You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at the GWI Geek. I got a Facebook page called Game World Intel. You can follow me over here as well on YouTube, Game World Intel, and on my Twitch, Game World Intel. Have a good one, y'all.
Take care.